I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
Sup, bronies?
What's up? I got the Mountain Dew. I slept with your mom. Welcome to Xbox.
That's a heck of an intro for Xbox Month right there.
Wait, you slept with my mom?
Oh god, dude, I haven't had a Mountain Dew in fucking years, and it is not good.
I haven't had 3D Doritos since last night.
What makes Doritos 3D? I never understood that.
Like you can. Look
They're just like little cubes. They're like little cube things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like all Doritos are 3D, but these are specifically like cubic kind of puffs. Think like a cheese ball, but in more square.
Who's
It looks
this
like a
3D
cone.
Dorito expert we have with us today?
There it is. Yeah.
Why, it's Brian of Igotkings.
Holy shit!
Brian.
Thanks for having me on, everybody. Spencer, Alex, Teddy.
I got regular Mountain Dew. I wanted Game Fuel, but the gas station didn't have any, and I wasn't this dedicated to the joke to go anywhere else. I was getting gas, so I got regular Mountain Dew.
In your new El Camino.
No, it wasn't El Camino. El Camino needs some work. Don't tell anybody about my El Camino, Brian.
Oh, is that a secret? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, secret El Camino.
To the listeners at home, if you couldn't tell, this is in fact Xbox Month, so we brought the resident Xbox gamer. Not. we just brought Brian because we thought, why not? Fuck it. Let's go. Brian is the humblest, nicest man on YouTube. He live streams just about every day. He's a swell lad. His Discord is a place. Igotkings, ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to him and join us in his live stream chat. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. Gee, that's a great intro. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been great to talk to you guys I just think I met you over stream and got to talking to you a little bit. It's been great. Thanks for having me on.
You'll find me every night harassing Brian.
Oh yeah. Turbo likes to come in and say, "Papa Brian, tell me a story."
If you haven't already and you're listening to this podcast, you should go check out his stream of Metal Gear Solid. It's like a 4 or 5 episode stream, and like I'm not a big like Let's Play guy. Like I don't usually watch them. I tend to watch Brian's just because he's so nice and he reads like literally everything in the game, so it's kind of fun. But his stream of Metal Gear Solid is the funniest stream I've ever seen, and I could not stop watching.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spencer. That's very nice of you, Spencer. Thank you very much.
Like first Friday you were doing that stream, and you like streamed till like 5 a.m. I was working that night till like 6 a.m. and I kept checking back in.
I remember that. Yeah, that game was something else. Metal Gear. If you haven't played Metal Gear Solid, well, first of all, don't. But other than that, no, it's something. I never played a game like that. That was that game got under my skin like other games did not. I found it intensely funny and very frustrating at the same time. But strangely, I wanted to keep going in it. But thanks for that. Recommendation to watch that.
And then, of course, you play like all the Dragon Quest games too.
That or Echo the Dolphin.
Oh yeah, God. Echo the Dolphin was great. Yeah, I enjoyed that game until the last few levels. That game gets insanely difficult.
Brian had some words with Echo.
So did I. Yeah. He was doing like triple backflips over like a gap, and he kept getting sending back.
I remember that too. You had to freaking go up this little narrow space and jump over to get back to where you needed to go. It took me like about 15 minutes to do that, probably.
I was impressed.
Yeah, it was great to meet you guys.
Yeah.
And I think I was watching Teddy like way back, and I think when Classic Game Room was still going on. I think I found out about Teddy. Wow. So I've been watching him for a while. So
here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Echo, we're going to echo something that we've said many times. I will pass it to Alex.
What's up, gamers? Get on your headsets and grab your wireless controllers because we're heading over to Spotify, where you can listen to the Button Mappers. We're also on Apple Podcasts. And join the Discord where we're gonna sleep with your mom, because that's every Xbox Live joke, right?
Oh, you're talking about... Okay, I got you. You're talking about trolls on Xbox Live. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if you listen to us on YouTube, make sure that you blast that subscribe button, double tap the like button, hook yourself over to the bell so that you can get a notification explosion every time we release a new content.
An explosion of content all over your face.
DM us a nice comment, specifically a question, in the comments below.
Tell us in the comments how you slept with our moms. Via Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2009 chat room.
We don't have a thing for next month, right? Or is it gameplay?
No theme.
What?
No
Yeah,
theme.
no theme for next month, I believe.
Okay.
In honor
Yeah.
of No Theme
Ask away.
May, leave us a question.
Spencer almost spoiled one of our months. Watching you, Spencer.
Uh-oh. It's a game month.
Game month.
We'll just say that one of the biggest months will be towards the end of the year. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Surprise.
yeah.
The hype is
Yeah,
real.
we gotta,
You're going to need
got a
extra
big one
Mountain Dew
coming.
for that one.
I'm gonna have a 2-liter. This really is gross.
Don't drink it.
I'm
When's
sad.
the last-
I'm sad I didn't bring a bottle of water with me. I was like the Mountain Dew will be fine, and it's like, no,
It's not fine.
it's not fine.
One thing that is fine is Game Talk. That's what we're here for today. We like to roll out the Game Talk with a Q&A. At any time, go ahead and leave us a question for next month's Game Talk in the comments below, and we'll be sure to address it. Maybe. One question per person, except for the Question Master, who is currently VG Mashup. Okay, we're going to start with Axel. That's what a dramatic pause there. Axel has the oldest comment, so we'll start there. Out of all the contributions Xbox has made to gaming, what is your personal favorite? Brian, I'd like to start with you.
Personal favorite Xbox game for me would be... Came out around 2004, and that's Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. The series hasn't been going on since this came out. There was a lull in it coming on. It was on the NES 1 through 3, and then a few, like maybe on Game Gear or something. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden on Xbox is probably the first Xbox game I really got into. A funny story, I had to plan a bachelor party for my friend from high school, and he saw this on the coffee table, and he said, "Hey, what's this game?" And then it was the first time I put it in. We put it in. And then that whole night before his wedding, me and his best man played it like for the whole night until we beat it. It's basically an action hack and slash game like Bayonetta or something like that, but the world is connected. So you'll go into place like an hour or so later, and you'll go into an exit, and you'll come back to like another place you remember in like the beginning of the game, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. So it's not just linear. It's like, it seems like a connected world. It is kind of challenging, but it's not too bad. Usually on these games, I get like there's too many moves, and I get kind of flustered. I don't know what to do, but there's enough here that you can pick one or two combos that work, and you can get through the game. It looks amazing still to this day. It's very fast paced. The the soundtrack's awesome. The characters are great. Ryu's like, his moves are very well animated. It's just a very, very good game. There was Xbox Live content for it, and I got the Xbox Live, like, I remember struggling with it to get to work on like at my house or something. I downloaded or my apartment, some like, there was like some extra weapons they added, and there was like a tournament you could do. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but you can still get it for cheap, and I think it was recently released on the Switch with the collection of 1, 2, and 3. So you can get it. I don't know how much it is, but I say the first one's worth a go. I think the Xbox copy is still relatively cheap. And if you like action games and just great like a world and the feel of the world and everything, highly recommend this game.
You can get Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, and a pile of garbage on the Switch.
I like Razor's Edge, so watch it.
I'll go next.
Also, the difficulty in the collection is you can pick like an easier difficulty. So if you're worried about the challenge, that's actually kind of a nice feature.
Did not know that.
wait,
yeah.
Wait, you have that, don't you?
Yep, got it as birthday present or Christmas
I
or
forgot
something.
you got that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Have you played any of it yet, Teddy?
I played chapter 1. I was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first chapter is the hardest, especially getting past that first boss is really tough.
It's probably good. It has
it gets a little bit better.
the difficulty because I've ever playing Ninja Gaiden 2 on the 360. And Jesus, that game fucking rips you apart.
Yeah, it has little patience for you learning.
Yeah.
It does. And 2 is more action oriented than 1's. I mean, they're both action oriented, but 2 is like all action, even over the top more so than 1's a little more exploration to it. Whatever, as much as you could have. Like I said, connected world.
What was the question, Teddy? It was
Out of all the contributions Xbox has made to gaming, what is your personal favorite?
Mine is. I would probably say the advent of the digital market, or maybe the advent of like the easiest way to get a hold of like indie games, because they were really one of the first like storefronts to push indie games back in the day. And of course now we're knee deep into the indie scene. There's indie games coming out. It seems like every week there's a new indie game coming out, and someone's like, "You got to play this game," and I'm like, "Cool! Like, I'll check that out. It looks neat. Short experiences and stuff, longer experiences." So probably the advent of the indie games on the digital storefronts.
That's a good point. I remember when my friend had an Xbox 360 and we used to play it. He used to play like only Skyrim, and then he liked Limbo too. And then I was like, "Okay, and it's cool. It's cool for what it was."
Yeah, everyone had like that like one indie game back. It was like, dude, have you played Castle Crashers, or dude, have you played like Super Meat Boy or something?
Oh, yeah.
Elder Scrolls and Limbo are two very different games.
Same
That's
thing.
pretty impressive.
It's the same game.
And Battlefield. Battlefield.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just realized I did not answer the question. I just showed my game first. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's going to be your game.
Spoilers.
But yeah, to answer the question, I'd say Xbox Live. I'd say Xbox Live's the biggest thing, because before then you couldn't really play with, unless you had a PC with other people, much.
Or Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, I missed out on a Dreamcast. So
Yeah, I would say Xbox Live too. Other companies had tried it, an online service, but no one had really mastered it. And I think Xbox really took it to a level where it became normal to play online with other people, and it created this like environment instead of just saying like you're now online. It was like immersive. So what that did for everybody was huge. So Xbox Live for me too.
I
would third that. I think Xbox Live came at a pivotal time in my life where I was kind of like just not social. I had friends, but I didn't know how to like converse. And it's just fun to like go on Xbox Live and like listen to people like banter back and forth, and like even just go in with my friends and kind of like try these kind of like, talking with people. I remember like some people with unique gamer tags. There's like what the hell's the guy's name? I don't know, but he used to say, "Let's shoot some squirrels." And like I just used to get a kick out of that.
That's it. I wish I would have came up with that catchphrase. That's a catchy one. You'll remember that one, that's for sure.
So we used to make fun of, it's game time, some kind of numbers or something. But yeah, it's just, it was very memorable in that regard.
Game time 69 420.
Shoot some squirrels.
Goku 420, Goku 75, Sephiroth 319.
X Frieza,
Dude.
Dragon Quest.
I was playing online recently on Xbox, and I still saw some names like that.
Yeah, it always takes you back to that time when the usernames are all that stuff, I
was like, oh, this guy's 35. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to the next one. This comes from a new channel, the Turbo Twitch Void.
Turbo.
That's
I
an
think I
awesome
know
game.
that channel.
Yeah. Little plug there. That's
New
Alex's stream
streams.
upload channel.
Every Tuesday.
Hmm
Check it
I've
out.
stopped in a few times. Classic content.
Q. Microsoft now owns Rare Ltd, Bethesda, and Activision, on top of their original games like Halo and Gears of War. Do you think they have enough to make their own crossover fighting game? Alex.
I just realized I left 2 questions. I forgot I left this one and I left another one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's fine.
Wait, I didn't leave another question?
Well, you did as Turbo Zone, but not as
Oh, okay. Never
as
channel.
Turbo Twitch Void. Go ahead.
So yeah, basically my question was, do you guys think they have enough characters to make a Smash Bros. Game? Yes.
I'd love to see Tony Hawk fight Banjo.
Tony Hawk fight a car from Forza, fight Marcus Phoenix.
Ooh la la, Banjo, Tony Hawk.
Oblivion NPC. Stop!
Choo-choo.
You violated the law.
They have enough characters to make one, but it's more of a question of
Why?
should or could.
Yeah.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they should, but I mean, didn't PlayStation try that once and it kind of failed?
Yeah,
So would they? Would they kind of like?
They tried.
Yeah.
Man.
Was it Smash something or was Project All?
No, it was PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah, that was it.
Great name, by the way.
It rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Man, they tried in the most bare bones sense of the word try. They were
Mhm.
like,
And then-
fucking, I don't know. Here's some characters. Guess
Yeah.
they're,
So
like,
I.
beating each other up or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe if they even have the desire to do that, they have so much other people to do their properties for them now. I don't know.
Maybe just
Good
Rareware
question.
should have like a crossover fighting game.
Yeah, that might work.
They sort of already do that in the new Killer Instinct. I say new, but it's from like 2014 or whatever the hell came out with the Xbox One. They have like a Rash from Battletoads is in there. A General
Really?
Bomb from Gears of War is in there, and the Arbiter from Halo are in there and stuff. So they already like toss all these characters into Killer Instinct. Maybe they should just do like a Killer Instinct style game.
Yeah, but I'd love to see like you get like the caveman from like the Banjo or like from the first games, like really through their legacy where they really stretch it out. Like every game that you see in the Rare replay, like there's some representation. I don't know.
And that'd be cool. You could have like Bottles from Banjo fighting the snake from Snake Rattle and Roll.
I
Or
knew
the
you were gonna
car
bring
from
up
RC
Snake Rattle
Crown.
I
love
knew you were
Snake
going to bring
Rattle.
up Snake Rattle.
Little slalom. while you're
Okay,
at
how
it.
about the Slalom, the nicest butt on the NES?
Ooh, yeah, he's thick.
Yeah, he's very thick.
It's that
But
booty
yeah,
call.
or for you, Alex, the boat from Cobra Triangle.
It's a big boat.
But yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like that idea actually, Teddy. The Rareware kind of Smash Brothers. I think they could do it.
They're raring to go.
Hmm
Really wear Rare on their sleeve. Okay, let's go to Terry.
Spencer's on a mute.
I was trying to come up with one too, but I couldn't.
Oh, you can.
Sorry.
Do you want it?
I was thinking in my head. I was trying to think one. Well, when we were talking about like whatever the game, I'll pop in my head and then I'll just. I have great timing. So.
Whenever you're ready, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll carve some time out for you. The next one comes from Terry, 309. Question:
My son.
No, I know Terry.
How many original Xbox game exclusives can you think of that aren't published by Sega? And then he says, as a parenthetical, Halo doesn't count because it got a PC release. No PC games, purely exclusives. Also, Ninja Gaiden doesn't count because Sigma exists.
He's trying to prove a point.
Those are some ridiculous
Exclusives?
rules. Those are some very ridiculous rules, but I'll play along.
Game Pass is
So
on
Xbox
PC.
ex-
Doesn't that just screw everything?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
everything's on PC.
Oh, got Crimson Skies.
Ooh, that's a good game. I don't know the PC version.
What about Gears of War?
Chronicles of Riddick. Oh wait, that's on PC. Never mind.
Gears of War's
I think
on
it's the
Game
original
Pass.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, it does
Like, it has to be
original
developed
Xbox,
by-
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
on the OG Xbox.
Yeah, OG Xbox.
Oh.
Blinks the time sweeper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Panzer Dragoon.
That's on Game Pass though,
Wait, no, that's not. That's not
But
original.
it can never have been ported to anything.
and it can't be by
Yeah.
Sega.
It can't be by Sega. I don't know.
Because Oddworld
That's
Stranger's
tough.
Wrath was phenomenal, but I think it got ported.
Game Pass.
Yeah, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath was phenomenal. That's a good game. Yeah, it's got a HD version.
And I
Can't
mean,
be by
my
Sega.
favorite
What about
Xbox game was Knights of the Old Republic, but it got ported
I
to
wish-
PC.
Do you see
Jaws
Brian's
Unleashed?
in there?
I wish, bro, Jaws Unleashed.
There you go.
got Malice. Malice is one.
Malice is great.
Jade Empire, I think.
There you go.
It was on PC. It's a good game though.
But it's that's such a silly rule. Like it can't have been
Because
ported
he's
to PC.
Trying to prove a point.
Oh,
Literally
here.
every fucking PS2
Blinks-
game is on every
Blinks 1 and
console
2.
now.
Yeah.
One of those
Those
is on
ones
Game
too.
Pass. I don't know.
Oh, they're non-Game Pass. I don't
Not
know.
two.
Then.
Not two. Two is on Game
Bejeweled
Pass.
won, but that was 360. I don't know. I'm the wrong person.
That's
Star Wars Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan and Clone Wars. Right?
I know that one didn't get ported. Nobody wants to play that shit.
Dude, I have a fighting game that's Xbox, OG Xbox exclusive, and I can't remember the name of it. It was like Katsujin. It's some Steel or something. It's some terrible.
Well, there's another one then. Yeah, I'm sure there's ones we're forgetting about, but it's hard to think without actually seeing pictures of them. or
Outlaw
something.
Golf.
There you go.
Oh, Outlaw Golf. Yeah.
For me, it's not forgetting. I just have no idea. I didn't. Well,
Dead
the
or
amount
Alive
of original
Extreme.
Xbox games I've owned is like 2.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by your collection, Brian. It's pretty impressive.
Oh well, it's not that impressive. It's just I used to work at a game store, so I used to buy crap. So I just bought crap I never played. I'm
Alex is raising his hand.
slowly
Is he still
getting
in school?
rid of the chaff. I like that word chaff.
I actually
What?
have one that I don't think is on anything else. It's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I have that game.
there you go.
I've heard that's okay, right? No.
Whatever.
I mean, that's,
Okay, never
it's
mind.
also impressive in its own way.
It's got
I mean,
Sarah Michelle
this shit-
Gellar on the cover, right? That's all that matters.
See, my Buffy is the yeah, that's true. That my Buffy's the Luke Perry movie. That's the
Oh,
only
no.
Buffy I've ever seen.
Oh.
Come on, Alex. It's okay.
How many vampires did she slay? Didn't answer that. Okay.
All the vampires.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah, thanks, Terry.
Yeah, thanks, Terry.
Spencer.
Next. Next.
Bio Phoenix.
Bio.
Since Xbox was known for being an American dude bro console, what's the most Japanese looking game that you know of on the system?
Mm.
On the original?
I don't know. I mean, I would open it up. I don't know
just
that many
in-
Xbox games.
Okay, that's fine. 360 had a lot of shooters by Cave. And I would pick one of those. I just picked Death Smiles because I played that recently. So, Which girls?
That's a good
Very
one.
Japanese.
I have no clue. I have no idea.
For me, it's Cameo, Elements of Power. I don't know. I used to like that game.
I have that. I've yet to play it. Is it worth playing? Like, is it a normal like 3D platformer like Banjo, or that's what I thought it would be like, or is it more action based?
A little bit of both. I just
Okay.
remember playing like 15 years ago or so, and I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not like a perfectly crafted game, but I think if you're willing to overlook that, like it's unique and colorful and vibrant in its own right with its own unique systems. But yeah,
Okay,
try it.
not too long.
I'd say if you like Star Fox Adventures.
Okay. Well, I like it to a degree.
Yeah, me too.
Until it does all the mini games where you got to bash your buttons on them, and then that was kind of. I didn't like that part.
I like it until you
I'd
land
say-
on the planet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
So you're like, this is gonna be what's it?
I was like, why can't I bring my blaster? And I'm like, yeah, why
Teddy's
can't I
like-
take his blaster?
Dinosaurs, what the fuck?
Prince Tricky. Hey Fox, let's go smell this stuff so I can dig it up for you. Prince Tricky,
That
that
was
dinosaur
great.
that follows you around.
That's a really good
Yeah.
impression.
I would, yeah,
Are you just
yeah. That
secretly a
I'd
voice
say.
actor? Anyway, so mind me.
Me? No, I'm saying. No, Malta stops in. He has me do Beavis and Butthead all the time.
I heard you do a really good Beavis. Is Beavis the one you do?
Oh yeah, Malta had me. Yeah. Hey Butthead. Hey Beavis. Yeah, that was cool. Let's talk about Xbox.
That's good. Wow.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you.
You'll be here for an hour.
Doing it as Beavis. I'd say that would hurt my voice if I did the whole thing as Beavis. But I'd say my answer for that question would be probably the Otogi games, 1 and 2.
Games.
And I've never played them, so I can't tell what they're about.
My answer is also a Togi.
But I think they're like action platformers. Yeah. Oh, Blue Dragon. Yeah,
Nobody said Blue Dragon.
that's what I want to play. That's what I want to play next. I really want to play that because I hear it's like a lost. It's like the guy who did Final Fantasy. If he wanted to do a Dragon Quest game with art from Akira Toriyama, so it's kind of what I want to try and see if I really like that game.
You're not.
Because I'm running out of Dragon Quests to play. What's that?
What?
What, Alex?
Huh?
Huh? What?
I
He
played
likes
a little
the
bit of it.
part where Goku fights Frieza.
No, I've actually.
It goes on for 13 episodes. Yeah. What's that, Alex?
I've played quite a bit of that game, and it's not. It's not.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear
Lost
that. I was
Odyssey.
expecting.
Lost Odyssey was really good though. Like that one, they.
Okay, I have that too.
That's
I'm trying to
that's
figure out
video.
which. So I'm trying to figure out which to do, either that one or Lost Odyssey.
You should
That's-
try
Blue
Blue Eyes,
Dragon
White
was-
Dragon, the Yu-Gi-Oh sequel.
White Dragon. What's White Dragon?
Blue Eyes, White Dragon.
Blue Eye. Is that a?
Never.
I don't know that reference.
He's
it's-
too old
Sorry.
for Yu-Gi-Oh. He doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm sorry, Teddy.
Don't be
Sorry.
sorry. It's okay. I don't forgive you because
I don't-
I don't want you to be sorry.
Brian was more of a duel master guy.
My mind is blown. I was more of a what, Alex?
Duel masters.
I don't know Duel Man. I had. I'm sorry. I feel like an old man here, but I don't know. No, I had Magic the Gathering, and then I gave all my cards away.
Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh
But
is
I
about
never
60
played
years, 60 years out of range for Brian.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I like to learn about. Talk to me about Yu-Gi-Oh more if you want. Give me
Well,
all your Yu-Gi-Oh.
What
I
would
will take
you
it all in.
try first? A Pokemon or a Yu-Gi-Oh?
Probably Pokemon.
Okay.
Smart.
Yeah, I want to see what I'm generally curious about Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm not curious about.
If you started Pokemon, would you start at the first one?
Probably not. I'd probably start on one on the DS era, so either Black and White or Diamond.
Why wouldn't you start at Red?
Isn't that where?
There was a right or wrong answer to that. You didn't know that, but
Oh, so right. See, I'm on with 3 Pokemon guys, so this is going to be my opinions I want to start with. So I'm curious about why I should start with Red and not one of the later generations, because I've heard both ways where I should start with like a earlier one, because I heard Black and White is very different, and then it would be interesting for me to start there to see how I like that, and then move on to the older ones to see which I like better without subjectiveness to the first one.
Yeah, I mean, Black and White's in Black and White, so I don't know how much you want to like really go back that far, but
I mean, you could go back to my first TV was Black and White, where I played my NES on, but that's I could get if I could drag that TV up, but
it's a step up from the talkies, though, right?
those talkies, yeah, see, yeah.
The first
Yeah,
Pokemon
but I don't know,
was on the radio.
So I wouldn't be against playing Red, but I just
I'm telling you that Red is the closest thing to like moving over from Dragon Quest. Like it's closer to an
Oh.
RPG, like a traditional RPG.
yeah.
And they
Oh.
get further and further into kitty territory the more these games go on.
No, come on.
So I don't. So Red, we got Spencer saying Red. Alex, he thinks there's some merit to the other games.
I think you should jump feet first into the deep end, get sword and shield.
Oh, you're going newer generation, just Sword and Shield. Okay.
Well, I think you need
Teddy-
to download
Teddy has
Pokemon
no-
Ranch on your Wii U before the
I
service
think you should get
expires.
Pokemon Go.
What about Poke Park? I have that.
Dude, you should play Hey You Pikachu.
I
No,
don't have Hey You
Don't.
Pikachu. I guess I could emulate it.
don't.
Yell
You need a
Pikachu
mic.
to jump over the fence.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend
I do
your
need a
time
bike,
screaming
yeah.
at Pikachu. Pikachu,
Jump
over the
Pikachu!
fucking fence.
I have no idea what that game's. My Pokemon expertise is very limited, so any jokes you guys have about Pokemon might go over my head. But I know about Hey You Pikachu because when I worked at a game store, I saw that quite a bit
All
with
we're
the
doing
mic
now is
bundle.
just stirring the pot for Brian because he's been getting nothing but Pokemon comments. For the last-
I mean, we're really starting
Oh,
to
yeah,
talk
when-
Terry because
One of your
we're not
viewers-
talking about Coliseum.
Oh yeah, well that's
Fuck Coliseum.
Terry's favorite one. I think Coliseum is no. His is Gale Diamond or something. Gale Force
Of
Wind
Darkness.
or something.
Gale.
Yeah, he doesn't know
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell
it,
he's
yeah.
talking about. You need to play Red. You need to play Red. And the other people on that leave, comments on your live stream about what Pokemon. I don't remember their name. Richard or something.
Yeah,
They're
Richard.
saying you need to play the newer Pokemon. That's the stupidest answer.
Wow.
You need to play Pokemon Red or Blue.
I love your passion for Pokemon Red.
Or Yellow if you want a slightly more anime story. But in general, Red, Blue,
Wow.
or Yellow.
Okay.
Those are the games that you should play. Because
Now,
they're the best.
should I play the remakes or should I play the original?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They're all good. Just pick one of those.
Leaf
The
Green.
Pokemon are more memorable too. Yeah, pick-
Leaf Green? Okay, Leaf Green. Teddy has no comment on what I should play if he agrees with that. Doesn't really care.
No, I mean,
Whatever.
I personally would. I think Red is my favorite in the series. Like
Okay.
of that generations. I think it's just the most classic. I don't much
Okay.
care for the remakes. Actually, I don't think they add much, and I
Oh.
think they reduce the amount of time that you go exploring. Some of the things are unforgettable. The chiptune music of the original game is really kind of classic. You might appreciate that.
Okay.
And it really does. It does make you feel like you've earned your win by the end in terms of the grinding, in terms of the team building. It's a bit simpler in terms of mechanics. There are some frustrations. Psychic types just are OP in the game. Then the whole trade system, like if you want to get an Alakazam, that kind of sucks, or a Gengar. But I think it's probably a great place to start to see what the fuss is all about.
And I'm generally curious about it, and I do want to play one sometime in my life just to see because I didn't grow up with it, and I want to see if I like it. And that's because that's a whole
Literally-
series I can jump into. So
Literally everyone's favorite is either Gen 1 or Gen 2.
Three
Nobody's
happened. Get out of here, Spencer.
no. This guy, no.
Hey,
Everybody's favorite is Gen 1 or 2.
No, fuck
Three's
that.
my
Start with a
favorite.
Lowland Hawaii on the
Yeah, I know.
3DS.
Hey, that one's
Poke
better
Park.
than Sword and Shield. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
what about Poke Park? I could play Poke Park.
That's not
Just play
bad.
Spectrobes.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Just get Spectrobes.
It's on the box.
Spectrobes for the Wii.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a
Spectrobes.
fighting game. Yeah, I have Spectrobes. I have
Spectrobes
yet
is
to play
also
it though.
on the DS, so I mean, if you want to play Pokemon on the DS,
Oh,
you can
there's a
also play
Spectro
Spectrobes
DS.
on the DS. Yeah.
I didn't know Spectrobes had monster catching in it.
That's what the game is.
Oh, really? I thought it was a
It
beat 'em
only
up.
has monster catching.
Yeah, it's like
I'm thinking of something else then. Never mind. I was
it's
thinking
like
it was like a
Pokemon,
beat 'em up.
If instead of catching the monsters, you dug up their corpses
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
because they're fossils or something.
I like that. I like that
I never
idea.
quite made sense of it, but
Really though, Brian, I'm gonna need you to play Dragon Warrior Monsters.
Oh, yeah. I played a little bit of that, and it had that jerk from Dragon Quest VI, which I hate, Terry. But other than that, it was great.
Wait, did you say you hate Terry?
Don't talk
Yeah.
about my son like that.
No, not you, Terry. There's a character in Dragon Quest VI you get, and I don't like him.
Okay.
How did we
Terrence.
get here?
I'm getting it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, Xbox.
You'll be pleased to know
it's,
Spencer and I are starting Dragon Quest 6.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil any. I knew that, so I don't want to say too much. So.
Spencer already spoiled some of it for me. Don't feel too bad.
Oh, okay. I'm interested to see how you like 6 because I like that game more and more I play it. I played it like 3 times now, 2 times, and each time I played it, the first time I was like, "Where the heck do I go? This is confusing." Second time I was like, "Okay, I know this better." And third time I was like, "Wow, this game's great." I'm interested to see what you guys think about that when you do it in RPG Archive.
Okay, I don't want to derail this too much, so I'll go back to
Yeah, we're going. Sorry.
It's my fault. I apologize. SNES Mapper. Yo, Bruno. Doing good, Bruno?
Steve Mopper.
UQ for next episode. What are your hopes and expectations for the Steam Deck?
That it's actually affordable and you can buy it.
I don't care.
That's about all the expectations I have. I don't really play a lot of PC stuff, but if it's gets to a right price, and who knows how gaming goes in the future, if everything's in digital and stuff, that might be an option for somebody. And you don't want to buy a console, who knows? I don't know, but that's a good question. That's Mepper.
My pre-order was pushed back to like August, so I'll be getting it in August now, which I'm not thrilled about. But I hope that Steam decides to stick with it and actually not give up on it like they do with most of the things that they make. Because there's a lot of really good promise with it. And from the reviews I've heard so far, there's a lot of good about it. But I just don't think it's a full-fledged console yet. And I need them to get there. Like, it's when you think of the Switch and how you turn it on and it just has like a thing and it plays games and you can kind of rely on it. Yeah. Alex is holding up his Switch. Thank you, Alex, for the visual. The Steam Deck is more of a computer than like the Switch. Thank you, Teddy is also zooming in on his. Appreciate that. We got a lot of good visuals going on. Brian, you don't need to partake in this. Nobody enjoys what they're doing. Doesn't help anything. Okay, Guacamelee. Almost unrelated, but that's fine. They just switched. Okay, Xbox controller, great. Switch needs to. The Game Pass needs to be like the Switch, where it's something that you can just turn on and play. And I don't think it's there yet, from what I've heard. It's a little more computery.
I mean, it hasn't even really come out in mass market yet, and it has. I mean, the Switch is so easy to use. That's why it's so popular. I mean, just pull it off. I mean, PC, from when I played, it was complex. You had to update stuff all the time. It would crash. That's not going to fly with the common person. Not the common person, but everyday person. It's frustrating to play PC games sometimes. That's why I pretty much gave up PC gaming. It's just got too old for it, and updating everything. It's just a pain. You got enough to worry about when you get older.
Yeah. Tom Nook and Pokeball, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited for it, and I'm going to be getting it, but I have some serious reservations on it.
So you actually have one pre-ordered. You're getting in August, you said?
Yeah, I was supposed to get it in Q2, but a lot of ours got pushed back, so mine's coming in Q3 now.
Yeah, I think it's just too early to really tell. I mean, once they become available, you can actually get the product and see what it's like. But
yeah,
I'd be interested to see what you like.
I'm really hoping it's easy to Jesus. I'm really hoping it's easy to shove emulation on it as well, which it runs Linux, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy. But I'll be doing a lot of emulation for it. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you, Spencer. I was laughing at
Yokai Watch. Very good. You're not helping, Brian.
Sorry, I'm just joining in. I'm sorry. I'm easily persuaded. I'll stop, Spencer.
Dude, look at Stimpy's ass. Look at his fucking ass.
It's almost as good as the slalom ass.
Teddy, what do you think of the Steam Deck? Teddy, go ahead.
I hope Terry likes it. That's all. I don't know. It's Alex.
Yeah, I'm curious about the Steam Deck. I probably won't buy one, but I mean, more ways to play games. That's good. Just hope it's available and the people, and it's good. I want it to be good. I mean, I don't want it to suck. But
no, I want it to suck.
I hope you will fucking choke on it. I'm just kidding.
Gabe.
I just don't care. Like, it's cool. Like, I get that it's gonna have its audience, but
yeah, exactly.
The audience is probably not me right now, and it needs to really impress me beyond just being a way to access the Steam library.
Yeah, because you can do that on a laptop or PC or anything. It's so.
Okay.
Turbo
But yeah, I-
Zone. Oh, sorry. You go.
Turbo.
Turbo.
Turbo. No, Brian.
Oh, what's that? Did somebody ask me something? I'm sorry. I'm still
It's
thinking
okay.
about Steam
Don't,
Deck here.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
What? No, what was it? What? No, I'm curious.
Turbo Zone has a question. What's the funniest meta joke you've heard in a video game?
I'll go first.
Oh,
I
jeez.
already had something prepared for this because this is why I was thinking about this question was because much like I do in my everyday life, I was thinking about Suda 51. No, and the Travis Strikes Again has DLC that came out for that game. It had like 2 waves of DLC, and one of them is a cut level that like I say cut level, but like in the game you're going through different video games, and one of the games you don't actually get to access, and then they added it as DLC as like the lost game, and the final boss of that world comments on how he's DLC and how only maybe 40% of the player base is even going to get a chance to fight him because people are not going to buy the DLC, and he's upset that he is DLC, and that and that margin is like pretty low, and I was like, that's pretty fucking funny. That's like super meta.
He's a DLC boss that complains that he's DLC.
Yeah, he complains that he himself is DLC, and that
I like that.
Won't be fighting him.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm pretty fresh off Banjo Tooie, and I think that there's just a lot of those kind of remarks throughout the game that are kind of just like, oh, the game developers didn't want fully finish me or something, or like, we'll see you in the sequel Banjo 3E, you know. And so it's just, I think that it's kind of charming and refreshing and handled well.
Yeah. That Banjo 3 line. I do remember that now that you mentioned that. That was a good one. That's meta.
I feel like there's something from Metal Gear Solid or Earthbound, but I can't put my finger on it. So the most recent one was No More Heroes, and they had to fast forward because they didn't want to ruin the rating of the game. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, No More Heroes I have not played, so I don't remember that one. Sorry. But I'd say Dragon Quest, I think there's a...
What?
Sorry. There's a part in 6 where you meet a certain somebody. I believe, if I'm thinking about it right, and I don't really want to say it because you guys haven't played it yet, so I'll just say there's a part in 6 that you meet somebody, a few people from past games.
Spencer, I thought for sure you're going to bring up the meltdown that Campbell has in Metal Gear Solid 2. You keep calling him.
I didn't think it was that funny. I just thought it was.
Oh, you didn't like
weird.
that?
I did not hate it. I just didn't think it was funny. I just thought it was weird.
Well, he references like Metal Gear, like the original Metal Gear and stuff, but I also like the fact that like when you call he also just says random bullshit. He's like, the worm dances in the moonlight of a Saturday or something like that. It's like, Campbell, shut up.
It's pretty bizarre.
So Campbell from that game is on 2 as well. He's like the Colonel Troutman character, right, from Rambo? Yeah. Okay. I knew you could call what's her name and she'd get mad at you on the first one. The weapons expert, or that one lady who saved. If you kept calling her, she got upset.
Mei-Ling?
Yeah, so it's similar to that.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
There's a sequence, and I won't spoil it because in case you ever play it. But there's a sequence in MGS2 where things get weird.
Weird. Metal Gear? Weird, huh? Okay.
Okay. Weird for like Metal Gear Solid standards.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything weirder than the first game, so I don't know.
2's a little too weird for my taste.
Oh, I love it. 2's my favorite because it's like the ending is just like, what's
so
happening?
Metal Gear gets weirder, huh? Okay.
Metal Gear gets weirder.
Oh, I haven't played 2, and I've heard them mention it a bunch of times. So 2 and 3, I think. So Yeah, that'll be fun. Last one, majority.
Eddie.
Q. Worst pizza toppings
Oh,
ever.
best pizza toppings.
Worst.
pizza toppings.
It doesn't
Worst,
have to be something you can actually get. It could just be something you throw on the pizza.
Legos. Imagine eating Legos on pizza.
Cigarette.
They stink. They stink to step on.
Is the goal here just to make like a YouTube thumbnail where you're just like holding a pizza and there's all these weird things on it?
Yeah,
I'm
there's
like, "Ew, I
Legos."
can't eat this.
Legos, cigarettes. Yeah, can I get can I get Legos and cigarettes on that, please?
Thank you. I say yes.
Can you also put bleach?
Yeah, the sauce is made with bleach.
Say maple syrup, maybe.
That sounds
I
decent.
don't know. There's like
Oh, maybe it
pizzas.
is. I guess it'd be okay.
I don't know that I've ever had a pizza that I didn't like specifically the toppings. Like I've had bad pizza, but I don't know if I've had one that I'm like, I don't like this topping. I've even had pineapple. I didn't care. I thought it was fine.
What ruins the?
It's just like a.
What makes bad pizza?
Yeah, like what element of a pizza ruins it for you? Mine's the crust. I think like the crust is a very special piece of pizza, and if you fuck that up, you fuck up the whole thing.
What about people? Oh, sorry, Spencer. Go ahead.
I don't know if I'd say the crust because like, a lot of people avoid crust entirely.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Some people eat the pizza and then they leave their crust on the.
Oh, by crust, I mean like the entire, like the bread in general.
You just mean the bread entire? Yeah, I would say the bread.
Yeah.
The bread is a
'Cause,
big
like,
one.
Yeah, because it could be bad. Like it could be really like I don't like it to be like too like thick either. Like really.
Yeah.
Oh, I like them. I like them thick. I like a thick crust.
Yeah.
Brian likes it thick.
I like them like I like my women.
There you go.
Cheesy.
that was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
It's going in the description.
Yeah.
I could say.
So you mean a worst topping, like literally anything? Or
Whatever.
just-
I mean, you could do
Yeah.
real toppings. Like, do you like anchovies?
I probably wouldn't like anchovies. I don't think I've had them,
Okay.
but I
Gross.
probably wouldn't like.
Olives,
I like olives.
artichoke hearts.
Yeah, I'm not too big on olives. I guess olives. Yeah, I'm not. They have like an oily aftertaste. I don't care for. So probably olives would be a good.
I like
It's
olive
not the
on, like,
worst. Yeah.
like a nice Greek pizza.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat it on a pizza. I mean, if a pizza's put in front of me with stuff on it, I'll just eat it. I'm not too picky.
I don't know. Sometimes they do these like veggie ones where it's like broccoli and shit. Like, I don't want broccoli on my damn pizza. You know, like that sounds wrong.
Yeah, and then you
That's
gotta pick it
intense.
off.
I've never had that.
I'll do penne
Yeah.
on pizza.
Oh, penne pasta. Okay. I had pierogi pizza once.
Hmm.
It's like if you know what pierogies are, which is basically just a whole bunch of the pierogi just exploded on the pizza instead of I think instead of sauce you have a pierogi on it. It's like carb load. It's great. It's not my favorite, but
Best topping, macaroni and cheese.
I've had macaroni and cheese pizza. Yeah, I've had that
Good.
too. Yeah, it's pretty decent.
No.
I love Spencer's just play Pokemon Red. No heck with macaroni and cheese pizza. Nothing like that. To the point, Spencer. Like it.
That's right.
All right, let's go ahead and conclude Q&A there. It's been real. At any point, leave us a question for next month. There is no theme, so anything is fair game as long as you relate it to games, hopefully. Well, I just talked about pizza, so whatever. But we're not done. We got a whole game talk section where we each brought a game to the table for Xbox Month. Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
The brave
If you
soul.
don't mind.
Everyone.
I can do another game. Somebody else can go. Sorry.
No props. I mean, if you want to, you can.
Usually we have the guest first.
Yeah, we just wanted to open it up, like if you wanted to see how we do it first, or I don't know. But I would be
that doesn't
honored if you went first.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Teddy. And I talked about Ninja Gaiden earlier, so I kind of
We could just cut
That's
that
not-
out.
No, it's no big deal. I can do another game. I appreciate your willingness to edit it for me, but no, don't bother that.
Oh no, I know.
Don't go through editing.
Spencer's doing the editing. I want to give him more work.
No, don't edit it out. So I'll do another game. This isn't an Xbox exclusive. Is that okay? Does it have to be an exclusive?
As long as it's been on
Good.
Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one that Terry will like. It's Castlevania Curse of Darkness. I know Terry 309 really likes this game.
People love it.
It's a follow-up to the one Lament of Innocence on PS2. It has a similar feel. The combat is basically rooms that enemies come in and you beat, which kind of got tiring on Lament. They throw in enough here where the scenery is more varied than just gray hallways. There's outside areas, there's mountain areas, there's inside the castle, outside the castle. You get a familiar, which is like a little demon that you can raise like Pokemon. So this is probably the closest I played to Pokemon other than Dragon Quest V, where you have little creatures, demons that come out with you. Because you may like this, Terry, because it has like Shin Megami Tensei, like you can capture demons. You have like little demon familiars that fly around with you, and they can attack. You can level them up. You have all kinds of weapons you can use, spears, swords, and you can switch pretty easily. The combat system's not as complex as Ninja Gaiden, but that's a good thing because you can pretty much get a few combos in your head, depending on what time you hit the button. Will do different. So if you hit Y before X, it'll do a different move, X before Y. And you can kind of get one or two that work for you. The music is outstanding. I love all Castlevania music, but this is secretly one of the best soundtracks on the Castlevania soundtracks. It's amazing. It looks very good. Sounds great. It's just fun to play. If you like beat 'em ups, Bayonetta, and you like Castlevania, and give this one a shot. If you're looking for a traditional Castlevania, it's probably not going to be your cup of tea. But if you like Lament of Innocence and you want more of that, this is like it. But in my opinion, it's a little bit better and more fleshed out. It was Igarashi's second attempt at this, I think, and I think he pretty much got it as well as he could with that era of technology. And there is like some exploration to it, but not a lot. But it's good. I highly recommend it. It's on PS2 as well, but since this is Xbox month, you can pick it up. Has you guys ever played Curse of Darkness?
Yeah,
Terry
I have
has?
both that one. Sure,
Okay.
I have both that one and the other one, Lament.
Lament.
On PS2. I found with those 3D like that era of Castlevania, I felt like they like almost got it. I felt like they were they were close.
Yeah, definitely. They got it close on this one. And it's not perfect for sure, but it's yeah, I agree. It's kind of close to how you want Castlevania in 3D to be. Not quite, but it's fun enough to play through. I found.
I had issues with some of like the 3D exploration in those that era because I felt like they were basically just trying to translate Symphony of the Night over into a 3D action game, but with that openness, you kind of like they like lost some of their identity, I think, because like there's other 3D games from that time that do that super well, like Metroid Prime, where the worlds feel distinct and the map feels like alive, and then there's like that era of 3D Castlevania to me felt like rooms, like boxes.
Well, Lament especially did. Yeah, not as much in Curse, but Lament was even worse in that area because it was just the castle, just rooms. This at least has some outside areas, a village, and some other areas you can go in. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I completely. Teddy, you played it a little bit too?
Yeah, and I don't want to call it distaste for it, but one of the reasons I picked it up for a little bit and then I stopped it. I'll definitely attribute some of that to the hardware. I just, I'm not a big PS2 guy. I find a lot of it looks grainy and it's just tough to go back to. I have since got an upscaler, but I sold it because I needed some money. And Curse of Darkness commanded a decent bit. My issue with Curse of Darkness is similar in that, there's a lot of space between save rooms, and I don't necessarily know if I like that kind of like. Well, see, I think Metroid does Metroid well. I think it handles exploration pretty well. And, I always have the map in front of me and I can always kind of look at it that way. I think I don't know if I prefer the exploration in 2D versus 3D Metroid, but I think they're both serviceable. In Castlevania, I don't know that I necessarily like Castlevania for that. My favorite Castlevania is Bloodlines, which is very much more of like an arcade kind of level-based Castlevania title where I'm not worried about that. I just kind of like the adventure of that. And then with Curse of Darkness, I just get overwhelmed by all of that. I have played similar kind of, not like hack and slash with familiars, but SMT has a genre or a game like that on the PS2. Raito Kuzunoa versus King Abaddon. There were two of them. They're called Devil Summoner, SMT Devil Summoner. And
I've heard of this. Yeah, there was one on 3DS, I think. Wasn't there?
There is, but that's Soul Hackers, and that's like kind of a different
okay,
scale.
that's sorry.
No, it's okay. They have the same title, so it's confusing. Don't have to be sorry, Brian. Just mess with
you. Sorry. It's
apologize, Brian.
So anyway, about your, but it's not really a Metroidvania type game though. I didn't find it too Metroid-y.
In terms of
if you're expecting that
and stuff, but I think it's still in terms of the map and exploring and figuring out where to go. I was just getting lost. So
that's understandable.
I think to me, I don't like that about Castlevania.
Okay, yeah. I mean, my favorites. Go
ahead, you go.
Which one? Lords of Shadow? I enjoyed that game. Mirror of Fate. Yeah, that was fun.
That one didn't feel too overwhelming in terms of adventuring,
Yeah, it was a pretty bite size. Mercury's Theme. Yeah, they did that one. Yeah.
They should make a Metroid game.
Maybe someday.
Brian, you said that you think they did the best they could with the hardware that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hypothetically, Konami decides they're going to make games again. Like real games.
They have Pachinko.
Yeah, rest of real games. Alex.
Metal Gear Survive.
There's a Castlevania arcade game.
It's real games, Brian.
You want to jab zombies with a stick and Metal Gear Survive?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They want to do something like that. Mm-hmm. What would they need to improve on to make this game work in 2022?
I think Metroidvanias are really big now. I think just do a 3D... keep it simple. Do a 3D version like Metroid Prime or something, but with just 3D Castlevania. Maybe go more so in that direction. I think that would sell pretty well. Just take Symphony of the Night and put it into 3D. I don't know if they'd want to do that, but I think more so that on the Xbox you were limited to that. You couldn't really do that on the hardware too much. I think the Xbox is like, it was like a Pentium 3 and something, so it was kind of hard for them to... I guess you could, yeah.
I argue with that because there are some great looking games for that generation. Like like the first Metroid Prime, or even on the original Xbox, take Half-Life 2. Those games have areas that I remember very distinctly. Like you can each map and Metroid Prime has rooms that I can tell you like which room this is in and which area this is in. Those two 3D Castlevania games, I couldn't tell you a damn area in those games.
I take it back. That's because Metroid Prime. This is 2005. Prime came out in 2003, 2002, something like that. But yeah, they could have did better. Like Metroid Prime's very. Yeah, I take it back. They could have did better, but
no take backs, Brian.
No take backs.
No. Alex reminded me about that. So yeah, that was dumb. I think
Brian, I'm kind of appalled by how rude you are.
Don't listen.
I'm sorry. I can be mean. I can.
Be mean.
Alex, I don't agree with your opinion there.
There you go. Knock him down a peg.
Is Darkness better than Half-Life 2?
Wait, is what? Half-Life 2? It's Half-Life 2's okay. But is Curse of Darkness better than Half-Life 2?
Spencer, ignore that.
I don't know. If I were to play one now, I'd play this. For sure,
no.
Again. No.
Do you think that they already made the best 3D Castlevania when they made Dark Souls?
I've never played Dark Souls, so I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer that.
Bloodborne, I think.
Never played that.
Either one. Yeah, Bloodborne too.
I think this game, I don't want to defend it too much, but I think if people just need to... I don't want to say, like, if you're scared off on this game by you heard all the 3D Castlevanias are bad, I think this is... Like, I liked all the 3D Castlevanias I played. I'm saying it's not a bad game. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's worth a shot to see if you like it.
So you haven't played 64.
No, I played Legacy of Darkness and I enjoyed it. I was playing
sorry.
64. I enjoy 64 from.
I apologize.
No, Legacy of Darkness was fine.
Teddy's a 64 apologist.
Yeah, I know. Teddy likes 60. I think me and him, he stopped by and we was playing it and we talked about it and he mentioned he likes it. I think it gets a bum rap as well as the other Castlevania 3D games. They're not great, but they're not bad. And 64 has a great atmosphere to it. I think it plays. It's a good mood to that game if you could get past the jumping and the bad camera angles, which is a lot for people to ask to play. But if you can get through that and put some time into it, I think it's a very enjoyable experience. Same with this one. I could say the same thing for this. But if you don't like what it's putting down, I understand, Teddy. It's not definitely it can be overwhelming with the map and.
Yeah, no, but to your credit,
soundtrack,
I mean, the combat is actually decent
great.
too.
Yeah,
I remember
it
having decent gameplay systems. I just agree that
it does.
Maybe it's too dark and like the camera angle is still it's like over the top and looking down. It's not conducive to exploration, which is a major facet of the game.
Yeah. There's not. I mean, you can control the camera in this one, unlike Lament of Innocence. So they added that you could control the camera, but it's an early 3D camera. Well, 2005, I guess you could say it's still early, but it's. If you don't just listen to the soundtrack on this game, if you don't like the game, because the soundtrack is top notch.
Seems like a trend from that era from Konami. If it wasn't Metal Gear Solid or Silent Hill, they were like, I felt like they were putting like a half effort and like.
Oh, I don't think they half-assed it. I think they put a lot of their whole ass into it.
I'm saying, me personally, I do. Because I also played like the Contra games on PS2.
Shattered Soldier and
Neo Contra.
Yeah, Neo Contra. Neo Contra is crazy.
They aren't terrible games, but they were like they're like almost there. It felt like they were like good enough, and then they just like walked away.
Yeah, that's what I meant by best with that they could with the hardware. I guess I was saying coming from 2D, people were still exploring. Even 2005, they were still getting 3D games down, I think, and it just feels like these were them still trying. They're getting there, but it's not quite there, like you said, Alex. But I still think I like it. That's what I'm going to say. At least.
You're allowed to like it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you can't like it.
I'm sorry. I'm streaming on the internet, and everybody tells me my opinions are wrong, and it gets to me. And sorry about that.
Stop listening to people on the internet.
I don't. That's the best advice anybody could ever say in the history of the 20th century, 21st century so far.
We disagree all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't tell. I thought you guys were friends.
You disagree. You disagree in very nice, gentlemanly discussion ways, where the internet disagrees with, no, your opinion is factually wrong and you're stupid for liking this, or I'm going to try to prove you. Even if you try to prove somebody, say you can't like this thing, you're not going to change their mind. People like what they like.
Now, Castlevania 64 makes my thumbs feel like they're disabled. So I don't like that game.
My advice: don't suck.
Yeah, get good, brah.
My tip: don't play a shitty game,
or put more than a few hours into it, and which is a hard ask for games.
Put it in the garbage.
Sometimes games you have to really like. I play a lot of NES stuff, and sometimes NES games you gotta put in a time for an NES game, and once you get the time into it, sometimes it's almost like Stockholm syndrome that you start to like that, and it kind of clicks with you a little bit. And I don't know if it still makes it a bad game. Maybe it's a bad game you can find enjoyment in, which I still think there's something to that. If you can find good in the bad, there's a lot of NES and older stuff that you kind of have to look back, and you can find good in a lot of stuff. Even the worst games have something you can find some enjoyment, whether it be crappy music or that's funny, or it can be like this one enemy that you like to kill, or this level. The one level, maybe this crappy game has one level that sticks with you. Like this game has the mountain region has some great music. When you finally get outside the castle, it's kind of cool and opens up. And I think they were almost there, like Alex said it, with getting it. But it's okay. It's an okay game. I mean, there's worse games out there.
We've single-handedly changed your perspective from almost perfect to it's okay.
Did I say almost perfect?
No, but I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, I mean, it sounded like
Okay,
you really liked it in the beginning, and me and Alex J.
I do really like it, but I'm
Yeah.
sometimes when I talk about stuff, I have to reel myself in. I don't want to overhype or over talk about something too much because you can kind of push people off of playing something if you say you got to play this, you have to play this. I just want people to maybe give it a shot. That's all I'm saying.
But Brian was like,
Might
I really like
surprise
this game. And me and Teddy were like, no, you don't.
Here's why you're
Alex
wrong.
Alex did change. I will listen to I like to hear other people's opinions on games. Like Alex, he said no, that's garbage because Metroid Prime had a better atmosphere. They could have did something along even somewhat like that, and it would have been better. And I agree with that.
Stay tuned for Terry's essay.
Yeah, Teddy's going to be upset with me and Teddy hardcore.
Totally.
He's already typing right now. He's
Yeah, Terry stops into my stream and he really loves Castlevania 64 or Castle 64.
Just stop
Castlevania
there.
Curse of Darkness.
Yeah.
Terry confirmed. Castlevania 64 fan.
But yeah, I know his love for that game, and well, I won't defend its problems. I think it's a fine game made by professionals
No problems. It's perfect.
with some problems.
No.
Terry also likes Devil May Cry, so we'll just dust that under the rug. Get it out of here.
I've never played a Devil May Cry. Should I play Devil May Cry or Pokemon?
Oh my god. What a conundrum. RPG for babies or a game that's going to make me cry?
Well, maybe RPG for babies would make me cry. I'm a very sensitive
That's true.
person.
Yeah, not just about you, but just that it might make you cry.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
But sorry, I might have went. Somebody else can do it.
when your Squirtle evolves.
My Squirtle. No, my favorite Pokemon. I do know Snorlax, and I think I want Snorlax.
Yeah,
But I
good
heard
luck.
he's a gatekeeper. I think he blocks a region or something. But I'm not sure. But Snorlax is my favorite Pokemon, even though I don't know any Pokemon.
Damn it, Snorlax.
He just seems like a chill
gatekeeping.
guy. Yeah, I don't think he'd be the gatekeeping in the sense of stopping you from doing something you want to enjoy, but I think he blocks does he block a region to an area in Pokemon? That's all I know about him. It's like laying there or something. I don't know.
He actually gatekeeps the
Talking
Pokemon
about Pokemon.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so Snorlax
really
is
like
gatekeeper.
Pokemon.
That's terrible. Never mind.
Gen
my
1 or
opinion,
bust, okay?
play red or nothing.
That's me. I bring Spencer. I'm like, Spencer, I like Gen 3. He's like, no, you don't.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
This is
And that's
Duke
cool. You
Brahma.
guys can joke around with that. In my life, I would love to have 3 friends or 2 other friends like you guys in my life. Like I have no friends anymore. It's all. So I can't
Aw.
joke around with people like that. And I really am envious with you guys how you can do that. That's what makes
That will be your
that's what makes the button mappers so great. Is like you guys play off of each other so well. Very, very fun to watch. I could generally tell you guys like games and like each other's company to a point.
Well, Bryant, here you go. We'll be your 3 friends.
Ah, thanks. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Eat shit.
Now I feel like a real friend. I feel wanted now. I feel invited now.
Who's up next? Ted?
Yeah, I don't know. Or Alex.
Teddy.
Okay. I had a hard time picking. First off, thank you, Alex and Spencer, for the lovely Christmas present, the Xbox Series S. I
Oh,
appreciate
wow.
you guys. That was a huge
It's a hell of a
move.
gift.
They knew I had a rough Christmas this year, and so that was just such a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all. With my Xbox and also just with my YouTube Premium subscription, I was given 3 free months of Game Pass. And so, of course, I'm going to activate it. I'm going to try it, see what I think. It's almost up. It'll be up like sometime in the next 30 days. In that time, I've managed to play through a couple games, none of which are actually going to fit the bill here. Because, I played Banjo-Kazooie start to finish on the Xbox, but we did a remap for that. I played through Banjo-Tooie just because I enjoyed it, but I want to save that. I don't want to talk about that today. I played through Donut County, but Alex has talked about that. kind of cute indie game. So last night I started up something I thought would be a chill time. It was Firewatch, a big indie game, and I'm not finished, so that's my little disclaimer. But it's been not what I expected, but still pretty cool. So some context about the game. Came out in 2016, and it has sort of a historical backdrop. In Yellowstone Park in 1988, there were a lot of forest fires, and so a fire watch was established, and there was more recruiting for it. And you play as a guy that kind of goes into the mountains, stays in a lookout tower looking for fires or dangerous fire activities. And what I meant when I said it wasn't exactly what I expected is because I started like, oh, this will be chill, kind of nice landscapes made with Unity. We're going to be unified by the end of this. But, it's kind of a cool, impressive kind of like mountain exploration game. Not exactly. It starts off with some visual novel elements. You play as Henry, and you actually kind of make some inconsequential decisions about your relationship with a girl named Julia, who you meet in a bar. You later go on to get married. And you start to hear about your life unfold, and it takes a tragic turn in that you find out that she starts to get early dementia. And the main character is also somewhat of an alcoholic. And so this retreat into the mountains of Wyoming, I assume it's close to Yellowstone, actually becomes sort of a getaway. And just as you were making choices early in the intro sequence, think kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or something, about your relationship, and you see kind of the tragicness of it all, you spend this time with only one contact. Her name is Delilah, and she has a walkie-talkie, and she basically gives you your missions, but she's also very much personable and human, and she kind of probes into your life as you probe into hers. And what makes it really surreal is that I went on a cabin trip recently, and it was sort of terrifying because it was upstate New York, and literally didn't know anyone, didn't make a human contact when we got to the cabin. We just got texted an entry code, and then like we went in, and it was like a tiny house, and I was like terrified that like somebody was gonna mug us or something. And so like I had like chairs set up against the door, like in case people would break in, and like other protective measures. I kind of got vibes of that again while playing this game. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. It's terrifying. If you're playing with the headphones on, you only hear the sounds of the forest. There's kind of a freak out aspect of like your first operative is like you go into the forest to explain like, or to see people setting off fireworks, and you have to like go, stop them from doing that. It ends up being like a couple teenage girls who then hold a vendetta against you. And so you come back home on the first day, and your whole lookout tower is trashed, and so there's this like danger in that aspect too, and so it coincides with some mystery kind of murder vibes, and it's really interesting, it's really fascinating, and it's a real interesting look at the human psyche of the main character and what it must be like to be somebody in that position, somebody who is literally at rock bottom. At one point they talk about him getting a DUI, and basically his wife's got dementia, he's married, and what's left for him other than this experience being in the fire watch. And so it's really interesting in that regard, and I'm appreciating it. I'm likely to finish it.
So you said, sorry, go ahead,
No,
Alex.
you go ahead, Brian.
Okay. So you mentioned it's kind of a spookiness to it. Oh, go ahead. So you mentioned, I know, I have to learn that. I'm starting to know. It's got to take me a little bit still until it gets hammered in me. But anyway, you mentioned it's kind of a spookiness to me, to me, not to it. Is it like a creepiness different from a Resident Evil, or because I've been trying to get into that series too, or is it like just the fact that you're out on your own with the like? How are the graphics like realistic, or are they like more different, or they try to be like a more artistic style, or is it a creepy game like a scary Resident Evil? Is it just kind of uneasiness to it?
Yeah, so I'll address both. So, the game was made with Unity. Kind of looks like you're exploring like a Call of Duty landscape without just any gunplay. So it's just like, I hesitate to call it a walking simulator. It's a hiking simulator. No, it's a kind of a watchtower kind kind of experience. You go around, like there's like little lock boxes. You go there, you grab stuff, grab a flashlight, doing all types of exploration. But there is a danger about it. So like what I mean by the spookiness is not necessarily like like a crazy monster is going to come out of the woods. It's like, no, you attach the rope to like a rock, and then the rope is old, and then you suddenly fall and you see the screen black. It's like you hit your head. And so like, and you're doing it in a first person perspective. It has this kind of like, it's not like the most beautiful graphics, but it is pretty impressive, kind of like in a simple watercolor aspect. It actually gives you a Polaroid camera at one point where you can start taking pictures of stuff. So I don't know if you can look at those later in the game, but that's a pretty cool aspect. And I think it's on several fronts, like it's just uncanny. It might be the way I describe it.
Okay. It sounds like it's like more of an adventure game with a good feeling to it. It gets you really into the game just by the world and the experience altogether. It's a different kind of like a game. That's be something I'd like to try out.
That's one of the coolest parts about modern indie games to me, is because a lot of I feel like a lot of like AAA studios try to make like a Hollywood movie into a game, like something like The Last of Us 2. And sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. But I feel like a lot of indie games are able to take a very simple premise and put a lot of heart and soul into it to make a story-based game that really sticks with you, maybe more than some of the AAA titles. Yeah,
I agree. Most of this new stuff I play is indie stuff lately. I haven't played besides Nintendo releases, the stuff on indie I've really enjoyed. And this one I don't really know much about, but I'll have to get a shot. It seems interesting. Thank you. Thanks, Teddy.
Yeah, a couple other interesting facts, in terms of, I remember now when Alex brought it up, but it was actually based, all the graphics, in one still image of a mountain range. So that's kind of a cool aspect. There's a confirmed film release being made, or some kind of TV series or something. So that's pretty interesting. The game is popular. It was 2.5 million sold at one point. So I mean, like, that's really impressive. And I think it's the company's first game too.
What systems are this on? You're playing it on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, I'm playing it on Game Pass on my Xbox, but it's obviously on Steam. I think I've seen it on the Switch online service as well. You could download it there.
Okay.
Don't know about the Sony.
Okay.
Is it on SegaNet for the Genesis?
Probably not, but if you could mod that in, that would be awesome.
Sega Channel.
Sega Channel, that's what it's called. Now, I remember when this game came out, there was a lot of buzz and hype around the story, and at that time, I wasn't really as into indie games as I am now. So at the time, I was like, oh, it's just one of those artsy-fartsy games. But as I've gotten to play more of the style of games, I feel like this game would be something that I would greatly appreciate.
Yeah, I think sometimes you kind of get prejudiced about games. You hear about, like, this game is something I won't like. You just hear so much about it, and it kind of puts you off playing it. But I don't have much experience in these type of games. Like I played like Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom and Deja Vu and Uninvited.
Boy, did you ever play
But I'd give this a shot. If it's like Princess Tomato, I'd be up for it.
I don't think your chat's going to forgive you for that one.
It's like Princess Tomato, only the fucking...
where the tomato has dementia.
The
and
music from that game is burned into my brain.
So it's a good soundtrack, but I'd be up for this.
The one song?
No, there's more songs. Each area has a we don't. This is not the Princess Tomato discussion.
I watched you stream that game for like 5 hours, and I heard one song.
There's more than one song. I will send you the soundtrack on Discord. I'll give it to you to proof. But yeah, I've heard about Firewatch. I don't know much about it. If I can get it on a Switch, he said I'd wait for a sale. It probably goes on sale and try it out. But yeah, you piqued my interest on that, Teddy.
I beat Firewatch. I think I played it in like one sitting. It took me like 4 hours. Does that sound about right, Teddy?
I'm about 2 in, and I'm on day 2. It looks like I have like 20% of the achievements, so there might be 10 days. The only thing is that I think in terms of the exploration, you actually have like a map that you pull up, and you'll pull up a compass with it, and you'll have to use that to explore. So I found myself getting a little bit overwhelmed with trying to figure out where the hell to go. You're just hunting a couple teenagers. It's like you get a couple tips along the way, and you'll update your map as you go in vaults. but I feel like I'm going really slow for what it is. Each day is taking me about 30 minutes. So that might be right in the end. You know, it might be about 4 hours. But I don't know. Yeah. That answers the question.
So you mentioned, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Spencer.
It was pretty good. I mean, Alex said artsy fartsy. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's very artsy fartsy.
Dude,
But
those short artsy fartsy games are good sometimes, though. You know.
yeah,
Like Grease was pretty good. I like that.
it wasn't bad. It was like I don't know. I guess I just didn't get it. I don't think I got Firewatch.
I have a
Just
more
kinda went over my
personal
head.
connection to it in that my grandma had dementia. And I wasn't expecting this when I played it. I know you picked it for me for Spencer Month last year as like a game I should
did I?
try. Yeah, you had it in that list.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
but you know, I think I take some of that stuff seriously. Like when it comes to like, you really feel the character's dilemma, and so it was emotional for me starting it up. I didn't think I was ready for it, you know, and I don't know if I feel like I should talk about that stuff when I'm talking like about the game here, because I feel like it is vital to like internalizing the character's conflict and also the decisions that you pick. They may seem inconsequential because they refer to the dialogue, and I don't know yet how it affects the outcome of the game, if it does at all. But you know, it really does make you feel like the character. And it's not like one of those situations where it's like Persona, it's like you just pick the dialogue option. Like you actually hear Henry's voice as you talk into the walkie-talkie. It makes those decisions. And sometimes the decisions are timed when you have the walkie-talkie, the like little timer goes down. So there is a sense of, for me, especially with headphones on, big screen, you know, Mountain View, Unity, you know, where I do feel in the character's shoes. So in that respect, I can empathize and I can kind of feel what that's like.
I totally agree with like bringing that stuff to the table when it comes to talking about this kind of games, because back in 2020 I talked about Ghost Giant, one of the first game talks of that year, and that game also deals with like really heavy themes, with more importantly with being a kid and your parental guardian going through like a really like depressive state, and that was something that I related to with that game. Because whenever I was younger, you know, I was a kid and my mom was going through a really depressive state. And as a kid, like you don't understand that. So I feel like there's a lot of these kind of like shorter experiences, I would call them, that like they're nice to like refresh the palate, and they're able to tackle like pretty heavy themes without coming off as like heavy handed. So it sounds like Firewatch is like one of those.
Yeah, I think a lot of those games get, if it has a theme that resonates with people, some people will pass it off as being artsy fartsy. But when it's just, I think if a game resonates with you strongly with a theme in it, I think that can be very powerful. Like Teddy said, with his grandmother and with dementia and everything, that can really resonate with you and make the game even more enjoyable, or put you off a game.
It's funny. I always go back and say like, you know, Journey is like, that's my typical artsy fartsy, because I think that something like Journey doesn't have the same kind of exposition and details to be as meaningful as something like this. I think that this is just very well conceived and has a concept and does give you some kind of liberation and choice. But does that mean I'm going to take away from somebody else who loves Journey and it meant something to them? No, but I think they're different kind of experiences. I think that that's more of an ambiguous kind of thing, and that this is a bit more of like a solid concrete sort of thing, and I just that happens to resonate with me.
Better than Donut County.
Don't know about that one.
Wait, Donut County didn't resonate?
Just make holes. It's great.
Oh, Donut County resonates. I love donuts.
That's a great game.
Fun fact, my mom actually likes that game. She played through one of the few games other than Dr. Mario and Animal Crossing that she actually plays.
I thought you were gonna say your mom fell through a donut hole.
Yeah.
Fun fact, our county is actually known as the Donut County. We have Dunkin' Donuts every square mile.
Nice.
Okay, that's it for Firewatch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you.
Who's going
Or
next?
should you go next or should I go next?
Why don't we both go next?
Okay.
Oh shit.
Because we did, for the first time in Button Mapper history, a co-op game talk game.
Ooh.
That's why we insisted on you going first, Teddy.
I noticed you guys were
so yeah.
playing Halo Infinite together.
Damn it! Fuck! You ruined it.
Spoilers.
Xbox ruined it with the mobile app. Continue.
So yeah, we in the spirit of Xbox, since it's Xbox Month, we thought it'd be appropriate if we did a game over Xbox Live. And we were going to do Halo 2, but we had issues. Spencer didn't update his game. We only had like a day to play. Thanks, Spencer. So we played Halo Infinite, the newest Halo game.
I've never played a Halo game, so I'd be interested to hear how much if I should play one, should it be the latest one or should it be Halo 1?
Halo 1.
That was easy. I just want to see if people are nostalgic or the first one really improves on it. So
there's going to be a bit of a disconnect here, and we can kind of like go back and forth on which parts we want to talk about. But together, me and Spencer played the online multiplayer, and then we experienced the campaign separately because it doesn't have co-op. So
Which is
That's
almost
weird.
a review in and of itself. Because
it's
that
fucking lame, man. Like all
That's
of them
freaking
have had
bullshit.
co-op. Like 5 had co-op, right? I think.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
So-
like we were like, let's play Infinite, and then like the campaign didn't have co-op. And we were like, fuck, I guess we're playing online. So which is
why
fine.
would they
I'm not
add
gonna lie. but
co-op? Why would they not add co-op? What was the reason for them not doing
I
that?
don't know. Maybe it's because the type of like Halo Infinite, the campaign itself is different than the other ones. Like it's more of an open experience. I
It's
don't
an
know.
open worldy or
Yeah, kinda. So
okay, that
maybe,
could
maybe
explain
that's why.
then.
I still think it'll work, but maybe they don't.
I think it worked
think
better
it'll
with co-op.
Yeah. So we can jump in. Spencer, do you want to talk? Which part do you want to talk about first?
The multiplayer.
The multiplayer.
So there's a couple of cool modes on it, and you'll have to remind me the names of them. What's the one where it's like 8-on-8?
Big team battle.
Big team battle. And you got a couple different modes there. You got capture the flag, the seed collecting seeds, which is
Yeah, it's energy seed things.
energy seed things, and then of course Slayer, which apparently is a newer edition, but it's kind of puzzling that it wasn't the first edition because it's literally the simplest thing you can do is count how many kills you got. But and we would you get like, so nowadays with Halo, like back in the day in Halo, you would just pick a mode and you would just play that. But with the advent of online and doing everything online, you can't really, like, you would be so narrowed down into like one mode of Halo that I don't think they like that. So they put like a big roulette on what you're doing. And in this one, it's just like you'll be playing big team battle. Okay, you pick that, and then it's like you will play on this map, and it'll be this mode. And so you get whatever you get. Basically, you just like to shoot people. That's my thing. That's why I play Halo. I ignored any and all objectives and just tried to shoot as many people as I could. And it was fun. I had a good time with it. The big team battle is the maps are pretty big. I think they emphasize long range a little more than I would like, but in general, it was still a lot of fun. We've got vehicles. I don't want to get too into it about the new stuff, but I'll let Alex say what his opinion is.
Big team battle is, so I've been playing Infinite since December when it came out, right? Or November? I forgot when the multiplayer came out, but whenever the multiplayer came out, I started playing it. I want to say it was like the end of November, maybe, because it launched before the campaign. And I've mainly played the multiplayer for Halo Infinite. We'll talk about the campaign a little bit, and what bit I have experience with that. But Big Team Battle has been my biggest attraction because it is just this big open map with tons of players, and they usually give you when it first came out, the objectives were capture the flag, the one where you have to gather the energy seeds for your base, or there was ones where you have to take over different zones. And then recently they added Slayer, which is like Spencer said, it's funny because why would that be there from the beginning? But but because like we were playing and like Spencer was like, did they have Slayer? I was like, I don't think that's on. I was like, you know, that like they didn't have it before. Whenever I played with Axel Wolf or Multi Master, then it's there now, which is just a ton of fun. Like that's the best mode in Big Team Battle is Slayer because it's just a all out chaos, you know, all over the map. But that was a ton of fun to play. Spencer mentioned earlier that he was playing online recently and saw some funny names. I'm guessing that's where you were talking about.
Yeah. Did we see like Delta, like Omega Delta Wolf or something?
Yeah, just like really cringe, like 2005 names.
I thought you were going to say Delta Burke. I was like, what?
Like these guys, and like half of them have probably had those gamer tags since like the original Xbox or like the 360, you know, like a Fly Guy 25 or something like that. So that was fun. We also found a different mode called Fiesta. First time I ever played this one. And I've gone back after Bane Sister played last week. I've gone back and played more of that mode on my own because it's just a super fun mode. So basically, it's a standard 4-on-4 battle, but they randomize everything. So it's a random map, and you get random weapons. And every time you die, you come back with different weapons. So it's like a roulette. You're either going to get something that's going to completely just fucking own the enemies, or you'll get like a pistol and a fucking like a belt or something, a weapon. I don't know, but like usually it's like I'll come back and I'm like, oh shit, I have a pistol and a sniper rifle. This is gonna suck. Or I come back and I'm like, I have an energy sword and a rocket launcher. This is gonna fucking rule. And it's just super fun to play that mode. Tons of chaos.
So the pistol, you mentioned a pistol. One thing I know about Halo is there's Master Chef, and then there's the pistol that you use.
That's your chief.
I know, that was a joke. I wanted somebody to catch it, yeah. But you have the pistol. No, see, how big of a Halo fan are you there, Alex? But no, the pistol is like really good that you can charge and it shoots. Do they still have like the weapons from the first one, like the pistol that's really good that you charge and you shoot? Do they still have those aliens that go?
That's a plasma pistol.
You're speaking of the plasma pistol, which
so
there's an alien pistol and a regular pistol. The strat would have been to charge it and shoot it, and then shoot somebody with the pistol.
Yeah, that's what I know.
There's an issue with that, and it's one of my big complaints. So looking at this game, I'm trying not to be like the old man, like just shouting at Cloud.
Be the old man, because I look. We're in this as a team, Spencer, and I like this game. So if you want to veer the other way, be my guest.
I like this game. Let me put that out there. I do like it. It's just that it's different. And I'm trying to be like, okay, nothing wrong with being different, being new and taking it. So I'm a huge, like Halo 2 was my jam for like a good couple years. That was like, we'd have LAN parties and play it. We got around and did it.
You and I played it last
week.
Week.
I had a blast playing. We should continue that. A lot has changed over the years. I think some of the things that are the same, or the TTK is the same. It's pretty similar.
What's TTK? I'm sorry. What's TTK?
TTK is time to kill.
Oh, like time to
Call of Duty. Right? In Call of Duty, it would be like it's like a second. It's like if somebody gets their sights on you and able to hit you in the right thing, you're pretty much dead. In Halo, you got a little more life. You got your shield, and you got your health. So there's a little more wiggle room, and I think I like that better because I don't like realism. I like the fantasy of Halo.
And Halo, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first game that introduced regenerating health, right?
Oh, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you that.
Maybe
regenerating for shields or something. Go on. Sorry.
It probably popularized the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It retains the speed and general feel of Halo, like as far as movement and gravity. There's grenades, so that might be it. One of the big things that's been removed is dual wielding. So you no longer dual wield in Halo, which was like Halo 2, I think, introduced that.
Yeah.
And to me, that is like signature Halo. And I love that idea of, do I pick two weapons or do I pick a single weapon that has, a special advantage? And when you can't use grenades if you're using dual wielding. So there's a lot of different things that go into play, and all of that just got erased, which to me is a little blasphemous. Also, it has more traditional zoom techniques. So like now the L trigger just like zooms forward so you can see better, which is more of your traditional shooter Call of Duty style thing. Which again, I don't play shooters. I'm not a fan of that necessarily. I get why they did it, but I also, to me personally, it's not a big fan. So that's my old man shouting at clouds. The game has changed. Also, there's more interaction with the world. You have a hook shot now, and you can hook onto things. Which at
Wait,
first what's
you have
that?
a hook shot. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that. You're not
Yeah,
even Breath of the
because
Wild had a hook shot, and you're saying Halo has a hook shot?
Yeah, step up your game, Zelda. At first, I didn't like it, but I got used to it, and I kind of like it now. So that's kind of neat. It changes the dynamics of battle quite a bit. Like you can change your location literally on you point it and you hook somewhere else, and then now your location has changed and the whole where you think things. You can also hook things, like you can hook explosives, so you can grab it and then
Shields.
throw it at things. Hook shields. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do with it that I was pretty impressed by. So that's my segment of I'm an old man and this is not the Halo that I remember. I'll go ahead and pass it to Alex to say what
Speaking
he
of Breath
thinks.
of the Wild, how much of the campaign did you play, Spencer?
Not a lot. I'm only in the first zone.
Yeah,
So a lot of updating. That's another thing is that I had to do so much random updating every time I sat down to play. It was like, you need to update because there's a new patch. And then, oh, you need to download the English version of this. Like, oh my God.
I've played the campaign up until a point. I've played the first bit of the opening game, like I guess the tutorial area where you're playing through the intro, then you get actually to like the open world, and I think it's why maybe the co-op isn't there yet. I don't know if they're going to add it eventually, but it is. I'm glad you mentioned Breath of the Wild because that seems like the playbook they're going from is like this is like a Halo Breath of the Wild style game. Like it's an open map.
So it is very
Um,
open worldy.
Yeah, and they kind of like you basically like after the prologue, you start off and then you
Long
land
prologue.
long ass prologue. And the story I don't fucking care about. And his characters are like, "You're Master Chief," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then when I finally get to the world. They give you different like pinpoints like okay you need to take over this base over here and this base over here. There are troops stranded in these 3 zones. Here's your other objectives and stuff. So they give you a large map of things to do, and then they just kind of push you out there and say, "Go do it." And I feel like that's what's really like new with this game is the idea of like not having like a strict level per level campaign and just being an open experience. And maybe that's why they added stuff like the hook shot, where you can kind of like just climb things and stuff like that. To make it easier to traverse the world now. Not bad. I've been enjoying what I've played of the campaign. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I'll probably just play some more multiplayer, but not bad. It's cool, but I just don't know if I really care that much.
So let me ask you, Alex. He said it's open worldy, more open worldy. Is it sometimes I get lost in open worlds? There's just too much going on that I can go and I never do much or I lose track. Focus can you do that in this game? Is it like Breath of the Wild? There's too much of it, and I didn't know it was like I could go here and then
basically, from what I played, basically you're just doing whatever objectives are on the map. So you just look at the map and it'll have them pinpointed, and there's not like
Yeah,
you don't have to go like it's not like huge.
You're not collecting Korok seeds or going through.
Okay, I guess okay.
It's not as open world as the other experiences.
Okay, but it's just a little bit.
You still kind of see A to B. You still kind of have that, and there's like but there's stuff along the way to do.
Okay. And that's the problem. I get distracted very easily, and I forget where I was going in the first place. So, like Breath of the Wild, I see something over here. I'm going this direction, and I get pulled off here. I like that, but I don't like it. I like to be focused on a game sometimes.
That would be amazing
if
Master Chief was like solving puzzles to get Korok seeds.
Master Chief getting a Korok seed.
Hey,
you found me.
The big flaw of the campaign is oddly not the campaign itself. It's just that it's not co-op.
Yep,
that's weird. Maybe because it's so big.
That to me is the biggest puzzle scratcher.
Like, there has to be a reason why they didn't do that. I don't know. It's maybe because it's open world, like Alex said. You guys said.
I have a theory that launched it before it was ready because they launched the multiplayer like a month before the campaign anyway. And then I feel like maybe they were scrapping to be like, oh, the campaign is ready, and they were like had like Play-Doh and they were clapping it together in the
Yeah, because didn't the multiplayer come out first and then the single player later, right?
Yeah. And like I said, in every other Halo game that I've played has had co-op. Has had a co-op campaign. For the most part.
That's
like
that's strange.
Not like fucking Halo Wars or whatever, but still like the main games. Teddy?
I'm gonna rapid fire you guys questions. You ready?
Yeah, rapid fire. Shoot.
Does it have stickies?
Wait, hold on. Which gun is it?
Oh, starting with
Go ahead.
grenades.
What?
Does it have stickies?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any kind of incentive for like winning?
Oh, we could talk about that. Oh my gosh. So there, so you get customization options and shit like that for playing the multiplayer. They kind of do a dirty thing though. They, whenever you win and like you finally level up your status, whatever, you're rank 4 now. They'll give you a free like customization option. It'll be like, you can now color your guy yellow, and then it'll show you another option. The other item is only available if you buy the battle pass. And granted, it's all customizable stuff, but it's still a dick move because they're like, see, if you had the battle pass, you could have got this cooler thing over here. It's like Spartan helmet, whatever.
No.
It's like it's kind of a dirty move on their part to get you to buy the battle pass.
That puts me off ever wanting to play a game if they do that stuff. I hate that stuff. Even though it's optional. So. I know. It's a feeling I get when I see that. It
used to be unlockable. Yeah.
You know, I'm not opposed to it personally, because I know that they knew that nobody was going to buy this game. they're just going to play it off of Game Pass.
Well, the multiplayer is free anyway.
Okay,
the multiplayer is free. Money. Yeah.
Terry's going to argue with you on that, but go ahead.
Yeah, they have to. There's literally no profit in the game itself. It is a free to play in that aspect. It is a free to play game. So there's really, they have to monetize it somehow.
Well, the profit is that they get you on Game Pass to play it. How many people do you bet just get Game Pass just to play Halo?
No, you don't need Game Pass to play.
You don't need Game Pass to play the multiplayer.
You can just
Xbox Live.
No, but
you do
play
need Xbox
Infinite.
Can you buy an actual
many
physical?
People are probably getting Game Pass just to play Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah.
But the multiplayer, you don't need Game Pass.
But you need gold.
Yeah, you just need Xbox Live.
So you're spending $15 a month, and people will probably play this for more than a couple months. I imagine that a lot of people are just playing, like continuously spending on the Game Pass just to play Halo Infinite.
So
Halo.
You can only get this game on Game Pass?
No, you
can't like go to a store and buy it? Okay.
But why would you buy it if you already have to pay for gold to play on?
I don't know.
The main selling point is the multiplayer.
I believe you can buy the campaign.
But exactly,
right,
why would
Alex?
you do that if what you're saying is that the campaign's shit? You know, or that it's not co-op.
I don't think it's shit though. I don't.
But
I mean, besides the co-op
shit
part,
because it has no co-op, which you can already do Halo 1 back in which is way back in the days with co-op. So I mean, that kind of makes it inferior to like every other Halo game.
But yeah, they split it up. I think they were smart on that front because they were like, okay, the multiplayer is free to play. You could download it for free, and we'll just do the battle pass thing for the cosmetics. Fine. And then they were like, oh, then you can buy the campaign or play the campaign on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of a smart move on their front because they were like, well, people care about the multiplayer. So we'll do that.
I was screaming that they should have been doing this way back in like the last generation.
Oh, Halo 5.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Nobody gave a shit about Halo 5 because it was like,
yeah, just make it free to play, like, and then everyone will love it. I don't know why that was so hard for them to understand, but
so
I didn't.
and
nobody gives a shit.
I have more.
Oh, go ahead.
When you guys played online, did you just stay in like party chat or did you talk with other people?
Party chat. I'm not talking to people.
Yeah, we didn't talk to people.
Oh, okay. How are the maps for online multiplayer? Memorable? Not memorable?
Oh, okay. So there's an issue with Big Battle. So we mainly did Big Battle, and then we did some of the Fiesta mode. The Big Battle, the issue with the maps is that they're all big and green.
Yeah.
So they're kind of unmemorable on that front. But like I kind of get it because they have to house so many players at once. So they wanted a big map. So maybe they have to be like big outdoor maps. I'm sure there's a workaround for that, but they don't have it. But the maps that we played in Fiesta mode are good. Like there were some really cool maps that we played. There's like one that's like a space station with like a rocket. There's one that's like a deserty area that I've played that one a few times before. With like there's like a central building and then like a desert surrounding it and stuff. There are some pretty cool maps that I think are pretty memorable. As memorable as some of the Halo 2 or 3 maps? I don't think so. I
did not find a lockout yet.
Yeah, I see. I recently went back to play the multiplayer on the Master Chief Collection, and it's so funny on that one because you can pick whatever maps you want, and it has Halo 1 through 4 plus like ODST and Reach or whatever, and everybody wants to play the Halo 3 maps on that game. So I think maybe they've hit their prime with the maps. I don't think Infinite has any maps that I'm like, yes, that one. I'm just like, oh, that's so cool.
They've been doing shady stuff with the DLC maps since Halo 2, where if you didn't buy DLC maps, it would lock you out of the next game. So like that same thing they're doing with like the customizable thing. I think it used to be more offensive back in the day. They don't do anything like that, do they?
Now, like I said, now it's all cosmetics. It's like if you want the samurai armor, you're gonna have to buy the battle pass. It's like, oh well, I don't really care. So,
okay.
No, everything else is good. So
I didn't understand the roulette bit. What can you explain that? It's like the maps are chosen through roulette or the mode.
It's the roulette is digital. You don't see it. It's just I'm just explaining the mechanism for how
roulette.
They do it.
What gets put in roulette?
Can't choose what map?
No. It's. I'm just saying the roulette is a mechanism. It's not something you see or take part in. It's just that's how the system chooses. It just randomizes a level for you.
The level, okay, but not the mode. You could still pick Slayer
and the mode.
Do Slayer. No, you don't get to.
It randomizes the mode.
But then,
too.
how did you mostly do Big Battle?
Big Team Battle has
Big Team Battle is the mode.
Big Team Battle is a mode, and then within Big Team Battle, there's different game types like Capture the Flag, Zones, the Power Seeds, and Slayer. And then those get cycled. So Big Team Battle is one mode, and then there's modes within Big Team Battle. So because you can do Big Team Battle, you can do ranked, you can do I think like whatever deathmatch, you can do Fiesta mode, and then within those game modes, the different objectives get randomized.
Yeah.
Did you like that or no?
I didn't mind it for Big Team.
For Big Team, I think you should be able to pick. At least I don't care about the map so much, but I don't really like the seed one specifically. Didn't care for it. Didn't really understand it. I would really honestly just pick Slayer.
You pick up a seed, you take it back to the base, Spencer.
It's Capture the Flag.
Well, there's also Capture the Flag.
It's like 5 small flags.
Wait, there's 2 Capture the Flag modes?
Yeah, so
it's like a Capture the Flag or like 5 flags.
Yeah, so the seed mode, you have to get like 5 seeds to your base to score. Capture the flag,
okay.
You have 1 flag. So basically, it's like if you took the flag and chopped it up into 5 pieces. You said, okay, you get all 5 pieces now.
One more flag and it'd be an amusement park.
6 of them to be correct.
Yeah, I would just pick Slayer every time. So I personally think you should be able to pick that stuff.
I would just pick Fiesta because Fiesta is so much fun.
Let's
and you play.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You play as the chef, right?
Yeah, you cook.
You cook up some mayhem.
Because I know some of them you don't play as him, so I know the other.
Played Overcooked together. That's what we did.
Right. That's multiplayer, battle royale, campaign.
That's
do you think if they reverse engineered co-op in, it would still work, or is it just built for single player right now?
Oh, co-op would be phenomenal.
Yeah, maybe not like they couldn't. I don't think maybe they could do local as well, but online co-op definitely could work with this title. I think maybe they were like, oh, it's an open world game, so whatever. We're not gonna try, but I think they could do it, and I think it'd be a phenomenal time because the the way you could approach objectives could be like enhanced greatly with co-op because like I said, it'll be like Cortana's like, hey, you got a base over here you need to get, and then there's like a camp with survivors you need to rescue that have been captured. So like with co-op, it could be enhanced greatly by being able to approach the situations with different tactics. Being like, you take that side, I'll take this side, and whatever.
I can't believe I'm going to actually do this, but it almost reminds me of a concept. I don't know if it executed that well from what I played, but of Ghost Recon, the newer Ghost Recons from Ubisoft.
Don't stop.
It reminds me of those in concept, where it's like you take your friends and you're able to do it. Now, Ghost Recon had its issues, but I think with Halo Infinite, it could take that concept and really run with it and do something great. But they don't do it. They just,
I have the last Ghost Recon. I haven't played it yet. I forgot what it's called. The fucking who cares? But Wildlands.
But who cares?
That's a new name. Yeah, that's an interesting name.
Ghost Recon. Who gives a shit? But I see what it's called. Breakpoint, I think maybe.
I think it's Breakpoint or something.
Yeah. But Wildlands. Whenever Wildlands came out, I was a huge Ghost Recon fan. So whenever Wildlands came out, I was like, this could be amazing. And Jesus, what a disappointment of a game.
Great concept, though.
Amazing. It should have worked greatly. I was like, this is a genius idea because like those games are already like tactical, and you're going to add like an open world element to that. Like, it's fantastic. It'd be great. No, it was stupid. It was basically like, what if Ghost Recon was GTA?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I wanted.
Not what anyone wanted. I don't know why you did that.
On that note, do you feel Halo Infinite is too Call of Duty-fied?
Call of Duty-fied.
Or is it like does it feel like its own thing, or does it feel like it's too much of a clone of some other stuff?
Does it still feel like Halo?
I feel like ever since it's hard to pinpoint where, but maybe ever since Halo Reach, they've been like battling to find their identity because they kind of had it with Halo 1 through 3. Then they were like, yeah, then like I don't know, whatever. So Halo Reach through like Halo 5, I felt are just lacking identity. So maybe this game is trying to focus in a little more with like what's popular and trying to establish a new fan base. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, the old man in me is like, I just want to play Halo 2. So why can't it just play like Halo 2? Like, keep the open world concept, but play like Halo 2. That's what my old man wants. But I mean, it plays a little more like Call of Duty. I guess it's not bad. The game plays fine. Once you get used to it, it plays fine enough.
That's funny because I think I feel your same nostalgia. I used when I first got on Xbox Live, like that was my thing, like Halo 2 or Call of Duty 2 or things like that. But those had a time and place where those were like the hot topic. Nowadays, it's like Fortnite and Minecraft. Like, I mean, maybe Halo Infinite is trying to do that, and it just didn't. I don't think it did that.
Yeah,
I was chuckling to myself. I was thinking, like, I'm surprised they didn't include crafting in this Halo.
Is
there a battle royale?
It's funny though because I feel like they could still get away with the old school Halo. Like I said, me and Spencer played through like half of the campaign for Halo 2 last year, and it was still a phenomenal experience. Like, it was still super fun.
It was phenomenal, but some of it was very dated. Like some of the mechanics and how the level progression worked was.
Oh yeah, me and Alex did Halo 1 in the cabins. Yeah, there was a level we were just driving around the Warthog for an hour.
But it's still fun, and like it's still super fun to play. Like if you have the Master Chief Collection, which is a great package. Like you can get there's tons of fun to be had with those the first 3 titles. I feel like maybe they went so far with like trying to chase what was current that now that they lack their original identity. So I feel like if they did go back and be like, this is like Halo 2, people would love it. People would flock to it.
Yeah, Dragon Quest syndrome. Keep it going. Keep their identity strong. Like, stick with the classic formula.
Yeah, does it still feel fun to play? Like shoot in a shooter, you want to shoot a gun and it feels good, and you hit an enemy and it feels good.
I think it feels.
So that's
great.
they have to nail that in a shooter, and if they fail that, that's at least good, right?
Yeah. And to what you're saying, I actually think I like Battle Royale. I like that concept. And I think a lot of games do it well, and I like seeing everybody's different take on it. I think it would work great for Halo Infinite. I'm surprised it's not in it.
Last question was
And this is-
Multimaster right?
No, it's not better than No More Heroes 3.
What did Multimaster say?
Oh, he just said it was Game of the Year before it came out.
Yeah, he.
Oh
picked
no,
that-
it's
yeah,
definitely not.
He picked that as Game of the Year before he even played it, and then got mad at me when I told him he couldn't pick it, and then made me out to be the villain on the show.
Well, you are the villain, to be fair.
That's true.
Did you know that?
Tore my
Oh,
mouth.
I remember that. You said, yeah, he picked you out. He threw you under the bus on your
It was
own
like-
damn show.
It
Or
was like he was like, my Game of the Year is Bug Fables, because Turbo said I couldn't do Halo. It was like a little kid, like, yeah, I'm sorry, my mom said I can't come out and play, so I'm gonna have to go back inside. And no, not Game of the Year. Game
Malta
of the
gives me-
month, maybe.
Game of the week.
Game of
Okay.
the week.
That's the title.
Forza Horizon 5 is better.
Game of Sunday.
Does it still have the which one, Spencer? You said the second's your favorite. Didn't that introduce the blade or whatever, that weapon?
Energy Sword.
The-
Oh man, yeah,
It still have that?
Energy Sword. Oh god, yeah. If you trust me, people on multiplayer, make sure you know they have that.
The
Even though that's my
crouching
favorite.
thing is still there. People still crouch on your corpse.
My favorite was the
Teabag.
Hamel.
The Hamel.
The big Hamel.
Are you saying hammer?
Halo, yeah.
Yeah, it was like every time you get the Hamel, it would be like, it's the Hamel.
The Hamel?
It's a big Hamel.
It's weird.
Sounds
there's a
weird.
big hammer.
I missed out on that whole Halo phenomenon. That's much like Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just.
Eddie, you got any more
Just
rapid
like
fire
Pokemon.
questions for us?
No further questions.
Well, would this be the first? I guess whenever you clip this will be like the first like long fucking co-op review we've ever done.
Well, we did Sword and
That was
Shield
long.
too.
Oh, it's true. We did do Sword and Shield. I lied, but still,
Yeah, this is
two
unique.
different games. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like this.
Are they? Are they?
Are
though?
they?
Are they really?
Hey, you
can,
said
there's
Halo
a-
and Pokemon.
No,
It's
look,
like just
no,
the
look,
same
there's
thing,
a ghost
right?
area. There's a ghost area in Sword, and there's a fairy area in Shield.
They have DLC,
There's a different gym.
online multiplayer. It's one and the same thread.
I'm actually finishing Shield right now. It's hilarious because I have played the DLC first, and I am in the final like championships of the main story, and I have a level 75 Suicune, and I am just demolishing everybody. Like one hit, I'm just like.
How do you
bam.
play the DLC first?
I bought the DLC first, and then
You
the
can
DLC
play it first?
Yeah, and it's like so much better because it's like an actual open experience for the DLC, and then
That's wow.
then I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably like finish the campaign. I didn't finish that, so now I'm going back and I'm just like, oh wow, this is like super easy now.
Long
the
story short, that
overgrinding.
game's trash. Brian, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
It's
for
been a
joining.
great time. Thanks. It's great to talk to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, welcome back anytime. How would you rate your
A
Button
toast.
Mappers experience?
A toast to Brian.
On a scale of 1 to Dragon Quest 7, I would say it's probably a Dragon Quest 5, almost a 6.
That means nothing to me.
Well, Dragon Quest 5 is awesome, so that means it's an
Can you
awesome
put it in terms of Dragon Ball?
Yeah, on a scale of the Saiyan arc to the Imperfect Cell Saga, I would say it's a Frieza Saga.
Ooh, oh, okay.
He knows that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Not Frieza.
I
Anytime.
don't know anything about that.
Oh, you got the Dragon Ball one though, right? Or Dragon Quest one, right?
I was a little confused by it. Are you saying that you think 6 is better than 5?
No, I was saying in order. I was saying 7's my favorite, and if I was saying 7's my favorite, which it's not, it's up there. But I was saying 1 through 7. I'd say in order of 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5. In order of best, I would say it's a 5. Which 5's amazing is basically what I was getting at.
I have no.
So I'm saying it's an amazing experience. That's all. Maybe my comparison did not work,
And
Spencer.
the Frieza,
Sorry.
the Frieza saga is known as the best Z saga, Spencer. That's so.
It tends to drag, much like this podcast is when I'm on it.
What the? Frieza?
So that's why it's there. I remember when I was going to school, and there was this kids, Larry and Lawrence. We were watching Dragon Ball Z together.
Larry and Lawrence
Just
are
college.
amazing names for two.
I know they were twins too, and we were
my
watching.
God.
We were watching the Dragon Ball Z at the time. This was around 99, 98 when it was really big. And we would ride the bus, and then we were like, "Oh, did you see what happened?" And we'd talk about it, and then they would loop it. So you get to a spot, and then they loop back to the beginning, and we'd be so crushed because it took my whole school year just to 2 years of tech school just to go through Dragon Ball Z. My whole relative knowledge of tech school and college was like Dragon Ball Z and schoolwork. That's it.
Fighting.
But it's been great, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's great to meet you face to
Coming on
face.
for XBOX Month.
Mm-hmm. You are quite welcome.
And now that there's like a mini rule that we occasionally break, but now that you've been on a game talk, you're going to be invited on a future map out. Just so you know.
Ooh, what game?
It's either
we
Cuckoo Land
don't
or
know.
Columns. Your pick.
Oh,
Yeah, which would you pick?
I don't like puzzle games too much. I think Cuckoo Land is more like Pac-Man. I don't really care for Pac-Man either, so I'd have to flip a coin on that one. It's Cuckoo Land, just because I know the button mappers love.
He
Cuckoo
does
Land.
own Jaws Unleashed. You guys saw that.
Yes, and I was thinking. I wonder. I'm going to read the back of the box of Jaws Unleashed.
Please
See-
read the back
See
of the
what
box.
the back.
of Jaws Unleashed.
I'm imagining that the back of the box of Jaws Unleashed. Is
That
pretty
might do
amazing.
really well for horrible games, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it's bad. I never
Best
played it.
games
So.
of all time, man.
There it is. Just Jaws Unleashed. We'll
You
see.
motherfucker!
Okay, here's what it says. Excuse me with my old plan. I can't see without my. Nature's ultimate predator has been unleashed. You are Jaws. And it shows a picture of Jaws devouring a swimmer there. Prey upon fearsome bosses, killer whales, giant squids, and more. Devour everything in sight and terrorize the Amity Island community. Wreak havoc, and it shows Jaws jumping over a boat. Wreak havoc with a range of underwater surface and air attacks. Master sneak chase, escape, and destruction missions in a free-roaming environment. I was hoping it would be something funny like an NES game.
Is it basically an Echo 3?
Oh.
Jaws
Echo 3 is
Unleashed.
on the Dreamcast.
You're going to put me off of wanting to play this, Majority. I'm sorry, but I've been wanting to play this game, and there's
if
so
you
many games.
stream-
I just
if
got
you
so many
stream
games I
that
haven't
game-
played, but
If you stream Jaws Unleashed, I will be there every second.
you really like this game?
Yes.
Okay. Move it up my list. Because I was curious about it since I got it. It showed the back of the box is him just eating.
Actually, it's just an ongoing joke that I keep making during the show.
Oh, you don't really like it? Okay.
Oh, no, I fucking love it. It's great.
Okay, I don't know what to believe anymore.
You have to play
Thanks,
the
guys.
prequel. Jaws Leashed. Where
Walk
you
'em
take
around.
Jaws for a swim.
Have you guys ever seen a cat being walked on a leash before?
No.
Yeah.
I have a neighbor who walks his cat on a leash.
Disturbing. Yeah, I've seen that. It's not right.
There's something that kind of gets in your head in a
Dissonance.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was cute, but it's kind of wrong at the same time. But I mean, it's usually when you put a leash on it or anything on a cat, they like struggle all around it. It's weird
Oh
that
my
that
God,
cat was
dude.
so.
One of
So,
my cats, like, I have to, like, when I feed I have 3 cats. When I feed them, I have to feed one of them separately, and it has, like, his own little bowl, and he'll, like, finish the food, and then, like, he'll, like, try to get, like, the one piece of the food that's, like, stuck in, like, the corner of the bowl, and get his head stuck, and then he's, like, back up, and he's like,
Yeah, they back up and they just get. Cats are great.
Yeah.
I love cats.
He's like, he's got like his face stuck on the
They
bowl.
do. Yeah, cats do stupid stuff. It's hilarious.
Great musical. Catch.
Cats do stupid stuff.
Catch on ice.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
thanks.
Probably in the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks.
It was great to meet you in person, and it was a great experience.
Did Spencer freeze?
Maybe.
That or he's just really good at staying still. Leave this in.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.